episode of Fist Over Hand. I was thinking the other day. Well, let me give you some background. I I'm in education, and I'm a dean of students at a school. Um, and we have uh, chapel once a week. We're a Christian school, and at the end of that, we have small groups. We break off into small groups, and I have a small group, young guys, 10th graders. Uh, some really great kids, but they just my meetings with them are just continue to confirm what I believe is happening, in our society with isolation. Um, Many of them, most of them are, even though they're around people, they're quite lonely. They're quite isolated. When they go home, they're by themselves. They don't generally go out and play. Um, go to uh, hang out with each other a lot. Um, all of that's done digitally through gaming and all of that. But it leads to a lot of isolation. And then there's a lot of times with the phone device, the way it is, um, it has supplemented that. It has become the best friend almost. And a lot of young people are even just up all night, literally. In fact, the majority of the small group, they're up all night. When I say all night, that could be they're up till 2. They could be up from 1 to 5. They could be up literally all night till 5 on these phones and doing things that lead to all sorts of issues with the phone. And it just reminds me of our society right now and how isolated people are in general. And I look at my own life and I've seen how I make decisions when I'm isolated and how I make decisions when I'm in community. And they can be vastly different. I would encourage you to do the self examination as well. Um, the best decision I ever made in my life probably was going back to college and pursuing education. Uh, and I did that in the middle of, in the midst of, I should say, community, where I was networked with a lot of people. Um, and then I've made really probably the poorest decision I ever made was when I was isolated. So the things do correlate. Um, and now I was watching a friend of mine's podcast the other day, and he referenced a study in Canada by a scientist. I think it was called, I'm doing this by memory, but I think it was called the rat park theory, if you want to look that up. Basically, he took a rat and gave it the option of regular water or cocaine water. The rat, when by himself, always chose the cocaine water, and then he would become addicted and would eventually die. But then he gave the same option to a group of rats who were in community, and they always chose regular water instead of cocaine water. Um, and then he took an isolated rat who was addicted to cocaine water, put him in the community of rats, and he weaned himself off cocaine water by drinking regular water. And it's interesting, and I know we're talking about rats, but humans are a lot the same way. We function better, we make better decisions, we hold ourselves more accountable, um, everything when we're in a community of people. Isolation is an enemy. It is an enemy of our heart, our soul, our being, everything about us. If I look through my life through the best of me happened when I was in the midst of community. And so I just wanted to share that with you today, a little thought as we fight for this fist over hand life of of moderation. And speaking of that, that too is easier to do in the midst of community. Uh, Being around people who hold you accountable, but just being in community with people does something like it did with the rats. It just has a natural effect. We were created to be a part of community. That's how God created us. There's a scripture that talks about forsake not the assembly of yourselves together. Uh, we're to encourage one another. A lot of times we apply that directly to modern church, and even though that's a part of it, that's not all of it. Uh, your assemblies could be a group of guys going fishing and encouraging one another while you're on the trip. It could be in a house. It could be anywhere, a small group, whatever. Um, there's reasons that the Bible instructed us not to forsake that. And it's not loyalty to and I'm going to get in trouble probably, but loyalty to the entity of modern American church. Well, I'm putting a lot of adjectives on that, but uh, there's some history there, obviously. But it's to people. It's to people. It's don't forsake the assembly of yourselves with one another. It's the people. Um, and so I just wanted to give that thought to you today. If you're isolated, it's going to be difficult to live the fist over hand life. And I'm saying the same thing to me. As long as I'm isolated, it's difficult to live the fist over hand life. It's important to be a part of community. So I just want to share that thought with you today. Hope you have a wonderful day. Um, Things are going pretty well here. My wife and I's got several things going on with this channel. Um, I would encourage you to watch her channel. It's called uh, Kicking It Kitchen with Lisa, um, something like that. It's the name of her show. Check that out. She's got a lot of cool recipes. A lot of them are keto friendly, paleo friendly, where you're not eating sugar. I know a lot of people. Well, I'll do a whole topic on sugar one day because I believe it's absolute poison. But it's very friendly for people who are trying not to eat sugar. So check out her channel. Also, we did our first episode of Reviewing It. That's a show where we go and visit different places. Some of them simple, some of them uh, upscale, some of them downscale. Just different places that are usually authentic most of the time to Birmingham or original Birmingham, Alabama originals, and hopefully people who come here and even who live here who may be unaware of certain places to go and eat will gain something from that. The first two episodes were not uh, healthy friendly as far as the places we chose. But there will be more of that. We'll be seeking places we go and menu items that we can eat that are friendly to our fist overhand approach to eating. So again, I hope you have a wonderful day. Check that out. Also, check out the link in the description, the Buy Me a Coffee link if you can. When you get the opportunity, I hope this helps you today. But just remember, isolation is an enemy of our souls. All right. You have a great day and see you soon. See you next time.